Hello everyone, I've put together a node group in Blender that shows an effect that I hadn't seen before and thought might be of interest. It's kind of a displacement effect, but in my a never-ending search for a good nebula type cloud effect that can be animated quite quickly, I've come across this 2D distortion effect that I've put together in a node group. It's just takes a little while to get your head around how it works. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how the node group works. I've put the node group up on Blender Market and Gumroad, but I'll show you how it works. All these example files I've put up for download, the way it works. I'll just show you by making sure Node Wrangler is enabled. That will allow me to preview the nodes by Control-Shift clicking on them. So if I show you the distortion map that will distort this picture here. So here it's just a very basic gradient. It starts from black and works its way up to white. And this will show you how the distortion is calculated. So it goes through the distortion node and then it comes out as a EEVEE map that you can apply to textures or nodes for distortion. So the green box in the middle is the actual node group, and what's being fed into it is the EEVEE map and the color map. So if I change the horizontal displacement amount, so it displaces by a certain amount, you can see that it's pushing the image together, and the vertical amount is pushing it in another direction. And what's happening is the darker values are pushing it in one direction, and the whiter values are pushing it in the opposite direction. And this can create some quite interesting effects. So if I just open up another file I've done, again this is an example one I've bundled in Blender Market and Gumroad. If I just enable the viewport there, you can see I've just got a static image that I've created from the Nebula Generator and applied to a plane here, but you could apply it to other objects as well. There's nothing stopping you doing that. And I've got a similar setup here, but what I'm doing is I'm distorting the image just by a simple noise texture. It's kind of like a cloudy texture here. So you've got white and dark values again, and you'll see if I just distort this image, so I'll just apply some horizontal distortion, and you can see that it's kind of almost a 3D effect, that it manipulates the image in a certain way. So this would be quite useful in certain circumstances, like little sort of background parallax effects. As you can see, if I stretch it too much, then it bends things too much, and then it doesn't get a good effect. But for subtle effects, like kind of wavy effects and those sorts of things, it might be quite useful. So what I'll do now is I'll just zoom in and show you how the node group is working. I've put lots of text to explain, but it's pretty simple actually. So what it's doing is it will convert the image to a grayscale image, and then it will extract one of the RGB values, which will all be the same at this stage. And then it converts those RGB values from a range of 0 meaning black to 1 meaning white to -1 to 1. So it just does a mapping of one range to another. And then I can use that information to multiply the X and Y direction of the EEVEE mapping by a certain amount. So the whiter it gets, it will push it quite dramatically in one direction, and then going through to kind of grey, it won't adjust it at all, and then down to black, it will move it in the opposite direction. And that's what's creating the effect. So you can do things like change that range if you wanted to have a little play around inside the node group. There's nothing stopping you doing that. So I'll just show you another example of this where I had a little play, and got quite an interesting effect. So this is just a flat plane, but I wanted to kind of see if I could get kind of a ripply ocean effect. So on the left hand side, again, it's a very similar distortion. It's just a noise map, but there's nothing stopping you doing other sorts of distortion as well. And again, it's if I disable the node, I've kind of put together a bit of a texture that looks okay, but with the extra distortion here, which is just a black and white map again, you can get some nice interesting effects, which I've also included as part of the download. So here I'm just playing with changing the distortion of the noise there, and that goes into the 2D distortion group node and alters the whole effect. So that's it. So again, it's available from Blender Market or Gumroad, or you've seen how it works here. But if you want to feel like supporting me, then you can click on one of the links in the description. Thank you. Bye bye.